be coming round the mountain when she comes, your lady. Who is it?
The handyman you called for.
Oh,
I got
yeah.
your message. You got locked in?
Yes. I need your help. You see that bolt that drops down on the outside on the right next to the doorbell?
Yeah?
It locks shut accidentally when the door slammed closed. Could you release it, please?
Done. Your doorbell doesn't work either.
A lot of things need help around here. I plan on keeping you busy.
This looks like a safe neighborhood.
Some people feel safer with locks. I have a list.
Great. That'll save you time and money.
I have time and money.
Great. Okay, great. What's on the list?
Would you like something to drink?
No thanks, I'd like to get started.
Okay. I'll drink my tea.
You got it? The list?
Oh, how about a cookie?
No, I'm not hungry, thank you. The list, can I get it for you?
No, I have it.
Lady, I got another appointment in like 3 hours.
Oh, of course, of course. Here.
Okay. This probably would take more than one visit.
I know.
You want me to do them in this order?
Please, read it aloud.
Okay. Stop me when you hear what you want to start with.
I will. Go ahead.
Repair master bathroom window, replace toilet seat, master bath, hang new chandelier in master bedroom. Do you have a replacement?
We're going to take it together. Continue.
Redo broken floor tiles under window in master bedroom. Repair locks on master bedroom door. Huh. That master has some big problems. You're really into locks.
Not really. Go ahead.
Lubricate the bones. Bones. I don't need bones, I'm a handyman.
That means you're handy for many things.
What kind of bones?
Old bones.
I've never had bones that need to be oiled.
I have a special juice.
Okay, let's see what else.
I know what I want to start with.
Great, let's get started.
Yeah, it's not time.
Right, lady. I'm not the guy for this job. I'll send you a list of men who really need the work.
You hurt my lock, mister. What did you say your name was?
I'll send you a new one.
Your mother never would have named you shit.
Mario. It's Mario.
I'm Beth. Little Bethy when I was Daddy's baby girl. I'm grown now. I want to be called Beth. Doesn't that sound better? My husband likes Beth.
Beth, where is your husband?
Sort of fell to pieces one day. I couldn't put him back together. I tried, but Humpty Dumpty couldn't put all the pieces together, so why should I?
Beth, I need to go.
No, I don't want you to. You need to oil the bones first.
Okay. I'll do it. Where are they? I'll do
In
it.
the bedroom, in the cedar chest. It smells so good, all that cedar.
Okay, let's go to the bedroom. But first, put the gun away.
Poop! This always happens. They don't listen to me.
They who?
The others.
Others?
The people. My husband doesn't see them. They don't stay. He doesn't believe me. I get blamed all the time, tearing up the floor, cracking my beautiful tile. Nothing would have gotten hurt or broken if only they'd listened to me. I get blamed for everything. It's not my fault. Will you listen, Mario?
Beth, I'm listening.
back inside. I'm lonely, Mario. Can you make me not lonely?
How do I do that? Make you not lonely, unlock you.
I know. Can you hold me? Real tight. I want to know how you feel. No, wait. I'll hold you first. I'm real strong, too. You'll see. Oh, now don't move until I let go, okay?
Just get...
Oh, good, Mario. You're the best ever so far.
Let me get the gun.
No, I'll hold it. Now, don't move.
Okay,
Oh.
okay, just... Beth, I gotta... I gotta go. Let me go for just a second.
Oh, I don't want you to. You feel good.
Oh, I'm not going anywhere, just to the bathroom.
Okay. But quickly, I don't want to feel bad again.
Who the hell are you?
That man came back to me with a gun!
It's me, honey. Honey, it's me. It's your husband. It's Harry. What did you do?
She tried to kill me! What kind of mad house is this? Who are you people?
Your husband? How did you get in here and who the hell are you?
Head down! She said it was an emergency! I fixed the lock! Drop over the outside of the door!
There's nothing wrong with the deadbolt on the outside. I locked it before I left.
What?
Oh, honey, she was mugged. Several years ago, a couple of thugs, they bashed her head in, they left her for dead, and her mind has misfired ever since.
No shit! I'm sorry, man. You gotta keep her away from the humans.
I do!
Well, not all that good. She keeps talking about they. From that list of repairs, I'm not the first sucker.
Yes, you are. Gina, there's been nobody else. She makes them up. I lock her in there on the bad days. The rest of the time she can go around freely. God, I thought this was a good day. It's getting worse, honey. I was just gone a few minutes.
Going to kill someone. If she doesn't get killed first, I wouldn't leave a gun where she can get at it.
It's an air gun, man. There's no barrel. I bought it so she'd feel safe. Didn't you even look?
Oh, look, like I have time.
Get out of here. Get the hell out of here. Honey. Wait. Honey. Look, here. Just take this, all right? I'm sorry you got involved, all right?
Yeah, no sorrier than I am. I'm out of here, man. Listen, I didn't mean to hurt her, okay? But, you know, I gotta ask, what is with this creepy bones and the oil thing?
No, I'll get them for you, honey. I'll get them for you later. She was a professor at the university, anatomy, biology. She has a PhD for crying out loud. Till everything got so...
What?
Don't say that. She has a teaching skeleton. She keeps it in a trunk in the bedroom. She takes it out to make sure it still moves and keeps her calm. She just doesn't like it when it squeaks. Just go, okay? We're better off alone.
Hey, I would leave a warning sign outside. And while you're at it, hide the phones too.
Get out of here! Honey, baby, it's me, it's Harry, it's your husband, honey. Yeah, it's your husband. I'm sorry. Okay, honey. Bethy, I have something for you, Bethy. Look, it's a little one.
Oh, they don't squeak. They don't squeak. I love you, Daddy.
I know you do. Excuse me, are you, I'm sorry, but are you Jeannie Morgan?
Yeah.
Then not a cornbird. Remember me? We were in marching band together. I played clarinet. You did too. Then not a cornbird.
Wait, didn't we used to call you tomato cornbread?
Some people did. I actually go by Don.
Okay. Yeah, I remember you. You're the one who messed up my escargot.
I messed up your, what?
In Mrs. Garcia's art class, I drew a picture of an escargot, and then you poured a can of soda on it.
Oh,
What? I don't remember that.
Well, I do.
Why would I do that?
I have no idea. It was a shitty thing to do.
You called me tomato cornbread. That wasn't nice.
Everybody called you tomato cornbread.
Well, I hated it.
Well, I didn't know.
Why would anybody want to be called tomato cornbread?
I don't know. I didn't think about it.
It was hurtful.
hey.
It was like I wasn't even a person. It was like I was a side dish.
Well, I worked really hard on that escargot. You look different now.
I got my braces on. My acne cleared up. My pearl grew out. You look different too.
Yeah, I know. I got old.
Well, we all got old.
Not Cindy Blankenship. Look at her. She looks like she's 12. Look at her figure. She's like a skinny old twig.
Well, you're skinny. You lost weight, right? I mean, you used to be kind of, you know.
Fat?
No, I just mean you used to be more roundish.
Oh, you can say it. I was fat.
Well, you look good now.
Thanks.
How'd you lose the weight?
I had cancer.
Oh,
I'm over it. Oh, jeez. Don't look now, but Jeff Ward has his hand on Cindy Blankenship's butt.
they're married. They got married in college. It was in the newsletter.
The newsletter? I hate that thing. It's so braggy.
Cindy is a pediatric heart surgeon, and Jeff is an astrophysicist. I read about it in somewhere. He just won an honorary award from NASA.
Must be nice.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So what do you do?
Me? I actually am unemployed at this particular juncture in my life. But I used to be an inventor.
An inventor? Wow.
Yeah, you know those stick figure drawings of like a dad and a mom and some kids and a dog or a cat? You see them on rear windows
Oh, yeah,
of minivans?
yeah.
I invented those.
No way! They're everywhere. You must have made a fortune.
Oh, I wish. The idea was stolen from me.
Stolen?
It was the Christians.
The Christians stole your
I
idea?
could have taken them to court, but they have so much money. They can afford those fancy high-end lawyers.
Well, that stinks.
I know. Then I invented this other thing called one hair, It's shampoo, conditioner, and hair gel all in one.
Well, that sounds like a good idea.
Thanks. Yeah, it's too bad about the side effects.
There were side effects?
Well, there was some blindness issues. But only if you got the stuff in your eyes, which the label said specifically not to do. Anyway, there were lawsuits. So, yeah, I'm pretty much unemployed.
Well, that's tough.
That's all right. I'm frugal. I live in an RV, parked at Walmart. It's convenient.
Well, at least you're not tied down, right? You can go where you want. Oh, geez. Don't look now, but Cindy Blankenship and Debbie Tibbetts are doing cheers.
Once a cheerleader, always a cheerleader.
I hated cheerleaders with their little pleated skirts and their legs.
Well, what about the jocks? They were worse with the Letterman's jackets. It'd be 90 degrees out there, they'd be wearing those stupid jackets.
They were ridiculous.
What about the druggy kids? I really hated them.
Oh, God, me too.
Their hair, they all had to have that long hair.
I know.
Hello, there's more to like than long hair.
There was a lot more.
Yeah.
I never knew where to sit at lunchtime. Between the druggy kids and the drama nerds and the Asians, there was no place left.
I used to eat lunch in the science room with Mr. Keels.
Mr. Keels? I hated him.
Me too! Oh, speaking of druggy kids, there's Mike Rogers.
Where?
2 o'clock over there by the door.
Yeah. I see him. Oh, he's talking to Mary Espinosa. Oh, now she was a druggy kid. Whoa.
Oh, he has short hair now. Remember how long he used to be?
Oh, yeah, it was long.
I always wanted long hair. My dad wouldn't let me grow it. All he let me have was that bad perm my mom gave me.
I remember that perm.
I looked like a brown poodle.
I didn't think it looked bad.
You didn't?
You kind of look like Richard Simmons.
Wow. Thanks.
Oh, boy. Mary Espinosa's heading back to the bar. She's already had 3 drinks. What a loser.
She's a writer now. On the short list for the Pulitzer Prize.
Figures.
Yeah. So, what do you do for a living?
I work at a Target.
Oh.
Yeah. I work the snack bar, so at least I get to eat as many soft pretzels as I want.
That's a nice perk.
It is.
Is that why you're wearing red khaki? Did you come straight from Target?
Actually, all my clothes are red and khaki. That way I always have something clean to wear for work.
That's smart thinking.
I like to be practical.
Me too. So, are you married or anything?
Not really. I had a boyfriend, but we split up a couple years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It was probably my fault. He caught me in bed with another guy.
What?
He was really upset. He hasn't spoken to me since. Or to his brother. Yeah, I really screwed up. But I learned my lesson. Actually, I learned a lot in therapy.
I've heard that therapy is helpful.
Oh yeah, it was great. Now, I put all my problems in a backpack, and then I take them out one at a time, and I deal with them.
That seems smart.
It's not a real backpack. It's like a metaphor.
Right. So are you not seeing anybody now? I mean romantically.
Me? No. You?
The dating scene, right? Who has the energy for that? Hey, I'm really sorry that I poured soda on your desk
Oh,
guard.
that's okay. I don't think you actually poured it. It was more like a spill. I'm sorry that I called you tomato cornbread.
Oh, crap, I think they're gonna start making speeches.
Oh,
Well,
jeez!
this is not gonna be good.
Oh, I know. Blah, blah, blah. We're so great.
Tell me about it. Hey, you wanna sneak out?
Think we could?
We could go hang out at the Costco, maybe get some free samples.
Have you tried their sausages? The ones with the little toothpicks?
With the dipping sauce.
The honey mustard.
I love that stuff.
Me too. Okay. I just have to get my sweater.
So, do you still play the clarinet?
Oh yeah, every night before bed.
Me too.
No, it's okay, I got it. I got it. I got it.
Just so you know, I never thought you were bad.
Thanks.
Just a little round, maybe,
Okay.
but in a pleasant way, like a snowman.
Okay.
But definitely not that.
Okay!
Once I had a secret within the heart of all too soon my secret became impatient to be free. So
Dad, is that you? I thought I heard something. Why, Matt, is something the matter? Oh, my angel, what's wrong?
Oh, Mrs. Coach's wife. I'm so confused. And I don't know why. I suppose you heard what everyone's been saying about me. I imagine the whole campus is talking about it.
Well, it's a small school, and you're the most exciting topic of gossip in ages.
Mrs. Coach's wife, I'm so ashamed. Why have I always felt different from the other boys? How is it that I've always known I was uncommon, unconventional, and unusual? Why are they saying such terrible things about me?
So many questions. Maybe because you're an ambitious, talented, somewhat precious, polite, poetry-loving, long-haired, guitar-playing, ballroom dancing, well-read liberal with aspirations to make your future in Manhattan.
What's wrong with that?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at all, Matt. But this is America under the shadow of McCarthyism. And I'm afraid most people see you as bizarre, peculiar, deviant, aberrant, queer, and unnatural. The living personification of the Lavender Menace.
And is that what I am?
I don't know, Matt. Oh, let's find out. Regard that.
finally understand. Thank you, Mrs. Coach's wife. They've always said I was no real man.
Was I helpful?
More than you know. That was the single most repulsive physical sensation I've ever
I'm so glad.
I'm off to Manhattan. No, Greenwich Village.
You say that like it's the promised land.
It is my promised land. I'll never forget you, Mrs. Coach's wife.
Nor I you, Matt. Matt, before you go, in years to come, when you share this story with other conflicted boys, and you will, give them my number.
This wedding makes us.
Family.
We're step-siblings.
Oh, that just sounds so incestuous.
Well, it is, kind of.
These past few days, acting as if we barely knew each other.
Our reward? My mom's condo for 3 whole days to ourselves, just the 2 of us.
Do you believe all those people came in from New York?
Where would you rather be in April, New York or Vegas? And at their age, a wedding beats going to a funeral.
Oh, good point. And no gifts, just donations to their favorite charity. You are amazing. Organizing this entire wedding long distance.
All I had to do was follow my mother's instructions to the letter.
Oh, I almost forgot. You can have this back now. No more sneaking around our parents. We are adults in love.
Well, it wasn't sneaking around. I know my mom, and I did not want to have to deal with, this couch opens up into a bed.
Yeah? Well, this is a bedroom, and we could
Oh,
actually use the
no. Not my mother's bed, never. My mother and father slept in that bed.
Yeah, you know who else slept in there? You know that my dad actually asked me for advice when he started dating your
Oh,
mom.
okay, that you can keep to yourself. You know, I figured it out when Mom bought me lingerie, and she didn't ask me for any advice.
Lingerie?
Women always buy me panties when they, He didn't notice mine.
I wasn't looking at that. Let's open the couch. Dad, is everything okay?
What are you doing here, Mom?
This is my condo. I live here. We live here.
Mark, I thought you were going back to New York.
Oh, I just decided to stay and help Rachel.
Yeah, you asked me to open the gift cards and sort them for you.
And my grandchildren,
They flew back to New York.
alone.
No, Aunt Louise took them, Mrs. Drexel. Mrs. Grant.
I told you, call me Lydia. You trusted the children with crazy Louise?
Ma, you're the only one that thinks she's crazy. Why did you come back? Did you have your own plane to catch?
Our plane leaves tomorrow. I booked the honeymoon suite at the Bellagio.
And you're here because...
Your mother, we forgot something.
I didn't forget, that's your department.
What is it? Where is it? Let me get it.
Oh, never mind, I'll get it. Come on, none of your business.
Why don't you just pick it up in Paris? It's not like you're going out of Florida.
It's prescription.
Oh. I see.
What do you see?
Blue pills.
Well, now everybody sees.
Bellagio, nice touch.
I thought so. We have dinner reservations at Picasso.
What's this? I didn't even know you were seeing someone. Rachel, who is it? Do I know him? When did this happen? You kept this from me? I'm not leaving until you tell me.
Easy, Lynn. Give her a chance to answer.
You two?
We were going to tell you when you got back from your honeymoon.
I didn't want you to be distracted by our good news.
What do you mean, good news? You realize what the two of you are getting into?
What are you talking
I think
about?
this is great. Wonderful. We're keeping it all in the family.
That is 5 kids between them. Where do you put 5 kids between the ages of 10 and
16.
16? That's hormonal hell.
Well, the kids think it's wonderful.
Well, I don't.
Your decision, Lydia, and we're, on our honeymoon.
You stay out of this.
Well, you're talking about my son, too.
Your son, the freelance writer?
A successful freelance writer, just because he doesn't go to an office. And he's a great father, raising 3 girls on his own.
Yeah, they have me now. I've always wanted girls.
You can't be serious. Like, where are you going to live with 3 girls and 2 boys? Need at least 4 bedrooms. 5? Oh boy, the fights. Stop them.
Lydia, we came back for one thing, not to get involved with her children. You know how hard it was to get reservations at Picasso? We're looking at Dancing Waters.
Your son cannot marry my daughter.
They're not asking for our blessing, Lydia.
Mom, I'm 42.
45.
45.
When were you planning to get married?
As soon as we found a bigger apartment.
Rachel, you can't be thinking of giving up that rent-controlled apartment. I grew up in that apartment. You grew up in that apartment. I remember the day I left that ugly railroad flat for a building with an elevator and a doorman. You'll never find anything like it.
I'm looking at Queens.
You're leaving the city?
You're looking for a place to go?
Of course I was going to take
I think you will take credit for this.
What?
Well, if you hadn't arranged to fly them out here together to ask for their blessings when we decided to get married, they might never have gotten to know each other.
So now it's my fault.
Let's say it's to your credit.
Well, she's not giving up my rent-controlled apartment.
Lydia, you're confusing me. Are we talking about Mark and Rachel or the apartment?
Boom.
So you're implying that my son isn't good enough for your daughter?
I didn't say that.
No?
Stop it, you two. Married half a day and you're arguing.
First fight, I find out my son isn't good enough for your daughter?
I didn't say that.
Mom, do you know how ridiculous you sound? I'm a widow with 2 teenage boys. I love Mark. He loves me. He loves my boys.
But the apartment.
Lydia, what are you trying to hold on to?
My apartment. My history.
It's not your apartment. You haven't been there in 10 years.
So it's not about
I don't know, just that it is such a part of my past.
Lydia, and all the times we've been together, you've never once mentioned the apartment.
Now I'm mentioning it.
Lydia, look at me. You're the most down-to-earth woman I know. That's why I love you so much. This is the first day of the rest of our lives together. Don't look back.
Damn you. You were saying the right thing at the right moment. Oh, Richard's right. I know, but promise me anyway. You won't do one thing while we're gone.
Promise.
I don't like to eat.
Dad.
Lydia, darling, let's go.
Don't forget to lock the door behind me.
Oh.
I didn't realize the apartment meant so much to her.
Oh, she'll get over it.
You don't know my mother. How can we keep the apartment in the family? I mean, we can change the den into a bedroom and then we can come out.
Wait. What happened to the closets are too small? The plumbing sucks. The windows always stink. You've been complaining about that apartment since we met. Not to mention the elevator's always out of order. I thought we... Oh, come here. We'll think of something.
Oh, we have to.
But not now.
We're all sensitive people, so much.
Well, Richard, it's that time of year again. On my way to the NYPD Psychiatrist Convention after our visit. I suppose it'll be as boring as last year's.
I bloody well want my horse back. I believe you already know that.
Yes, Richard, as I said, I'm working on that. I did get the English breakfast put on the menu, though. Not a normal item for Bellevue.
The cook should be drawn and quartered. I need my horse. I must go to Edward. I must liberate my son.
Yes. I understand. But this takes time, Richard.
Curse time, curse this place.
Well, nonetheless, my time is limited today. I've got to catch a flight. So, can we start our session? Did you really think you could walk a horse, stolen no less, through the turnstiles of the New York City subway station without attracting any attention?
It is his horse. Why can't you understand him? She never wanted him. Why can't you see? She never wanted him.
Him? Your son, yes, of course. How's the arm, Richard? It still appears deformed.
Deformed? Sir, this is a mark of strength. Why, Julius Caesar, Michelangelo.
Richard III, yes, of course.
His horse. Ignorant all of them since the day he was born. She could not stand him. Imperfection, that's what she saw.
What are you saying, Richard?
I'm saying this is a travesty. I know nothing of this stolen nag or whatever you're saying. The horse is our right.
The police have you on camera at the Central Park subway station. You created quite a commotion trying to get that horse through the turnstile. You had blood on your clothes as well.
Not fairly recollect anything you were saying. Can I go now, sir?
You were a teacher at LaGuardia High School for the Performing Arts. You taught drama, specifically the classics. Shakespeare! Your name is Daniel Anderson. 3 years ago, you killed your wife.
My name is Richard Burbage. How dare you say otherwise? I know nothing of this LaGuardia. I only know that I must go to my son post-haste.
The police were called to the apartment of your ex-wife. Now, we talked about this before, and we talked about it before that. You must remember, she specifically stated that you threatened her, but refused to press charges. You were ordered to therapy, but you refused to go. It was at that point you were terminated by your school.
Trivial nonsense. Is that enough? I will go to my son now.
Richard, tell me again about your relationship with your wife.
Wife? I have no wife. No wife.
Is it true you split up over your son, Edward?
She would not even acknowledge the boy's existence. She said it pained her. He was suffering. He needed her. His mother. His mother.
Edward had difficulty walking and breathing.
I do not wish to speak of this.
When Edward was 4 years old, your wife and you divorced. Is that correct?
As you wish.
Is there anything else you want to add?
The crippled king. A villain, but alas, misunderstood. His own mother told him to his face that she regretted having him.
Yes, we've been over.
She couldn't bear it. Her own son. She couldn't watch as he shriveled up in front of her, unable to walk properly, she said.
And so you created this role to ease his fears.
I do not claim to understand what you mean by this role. In any case, these were not fears, obstacles. Mere obstacles that only added to Edward's already wonderful quality.
I can't help you unless you drop this charade. This facade that I am sure covers up the anger you have for your wife.
Thou camest on earth to make the earth my hell! And now, if you would show me to my horse, I will bid you kind adieu.
Yes, of course, Richard. We're just waiting for your paperwork, and then you can go. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions in the meantime, though? Now, you stole that horse. I'm sorry. You obtained the horse.
A horse? A horse? A kingdom for a horse.
Yes, of course. Now, you took the horse from the Central Park stables, right next to the Tavern on the Green, from which you and the horse proceeded towards Penn Station, where you were apprehended.
Barbarians!
Indeed. I wonder, Richard, could you tell me where you were before you acquired the horse?
Bloody thou art. Bloody will be thy end.
That would be the deceased, your wife.
Amends needed to be made. A last chance.
The last chance? I don't understand.
To be a mother. Once in her life. To be his mother. I asked her to go with me to come meet Edward. We would go away together. You know, York himself promised to build us a castle. We would be a family again, and Edward would grow strong with a mother's love.
But she wouldn't go, would she?
No! No! She wouldn't. She began screaming at me. She called me madman. I was gathering up Edward's clothes, and of course my broadsword for the journey. She began hitting me and crying. She told me to leave Edward's clothes alone, not to touch anything of his. And then there was blood in the stables, and the horse.
Today is Edward's birthday, is it not? 7 years old?
Yes, it is, yes.
You know, Richard, it's funny. I remember taking the train out from Penn Station years ago. I remember passing by St. Mark's Cemetery.
No, no,
Daniel!
no!
You told me so yourself when nobody else was listening in. You told me your son died while visiting an equine ranch facility. He's buried at St. Mark's Cemetery on Long Island.
I remember. We were watching the horses. There was a young mare that just adored Edward. They had quite an affinity for one another. I recollect quite clearly now Edward smiling at me. And then he closed his eyes just to rest, you see. Only to rest.
Yes. To rest.
rest. So wise, so young, they say, do never live long.
Richard. Richard.
Death lies on him like an untimely frost upon the sweetest flower of all the field.
Richard, I'll be visiting a colleague on the island, and when I return from the conference, I'd be happy to, well, visit and...
Well, tell him we will have our castle.
There you are. I've been looking all over for you. You know it's time for your medication, and I have to get home and feed my kids. Oh, by the way, I visited your son's grave.
No!
Sorry. He said to say he loves you, not to worry, he will wait. Well, Doctor. What are you waiting for? These pills aren't going to take themselves. Bottoms
Jamie. Hey, I have to. Hey, you look great. So, we've been together almost a year now, and, well, 8 months, and I think that's stupid! I think we know each other pretty well. Stupid! I know that's really enough time to really know each other well. I mean, especially me. I mean, you barely even know me. One of the things you don't know about me is that I get tongue-tied whenever there's like a big thing. Oh, God! Just saying. Jamie, before you say anything else, I realize that the one thing I want more than anything in the whole world is to be with you forever. I love you. Will you marry me?
Hi, I'll just be a sec.
No! I mean, not no. I mean, Jamie, well, see, you, the thing is, damn it! Shit! Son of a bitch! Fuck! Shit! God damn it, all the hell! Fuck!
Ellen, Rick just proposed!
Thank you, Harry. I nearly didn't come today. I told myself I wouldn't.
I'm awfully glad you did.
Lovely.
Don't put a barricade, Nigel. It tastes filthy.
Well, at least it's wet.
Nigel, dearest,
Don't.
I must.
Please.
I love you. There, I said it. I love you deeply, violently, passionately.
Oh, can't you see how you've made me cry?
I love your sinuous eyes, your luminous knees, your superfluous nipple.
Oh, Harry!
You love me too, don't deny it.
I shan't deny it. I love you terribly. Awfully, awfully terribly. Miserably, forlornly, pitiably, wretchedly, intolerably. But we are not free to love. There are encumbrances.
I mean,
Yes, we both have prior claims on our affections. Oh, Harry, we must be sensible.
it's too late for sense. You've said too much, felt too much.
Harry, don't be beastly, or I shall weep again.
Looking at you in this appalling light. I'm struck by how strong and proud and perfectly English you are. Give me your hand. Our encounters are so brief.
Harry, you're such a serious boots. Let's be very gay and chatter as though we hadn't a care in the world. Like scouts on safari. You travelled for work this week, didn't you? Where was it again? Cambridge?
Coventry.
Coventry, where Lady Godiva made her audacious ride. You know, I do rather worry about the horse.
The horse.
Well, no doubt the poor dear was startled to be bearing, no pun intended, an undraped member of the ruling class. Is there a statue?
What?
Of Lady Godiva?
I've no idea.
Oh my God, I feel I'm going mad!
Pull yourself together, Nigel.
It's all so sordid. Clandestine meetings, lying to those we love, running about like some frowsy American trollop. I can't bear the guilt.
I've not made you very happy, have I?
Happy? I don't believe I've ever known the true meaning of that word.
I'm sorry, darling,
For what?
for falling in love with you. For criticizing that dreadful scarf you wore the day we met. For arousing your moribund libido. For being that man you couldn't refuse. Can't we try once more?
It's useless. We each came into this with a prior commitment. And you know as well as I that Princess Mei Ling and Isadora Duncan are completely incompatible. They each require one cat home.
They are purebred Siamese.
Which only exacerbates their jealousy. Oh, Harry, turn away for a moment, will you? If I have to stare into your dear, opulent eyes, I shan't have the courage to say what I must.
I feel a chill.
I'm going away. I think it best.
Where will you go?
I've made inquiries in Alaska.
You're an interior decorator. What will you do in Alaska?
I believe I can find ways to make the inside of an igloo quite cozy.
You cannot go to Alaska.
I'll be able to watch polar bears cavorting from my front window. They're lynch white, I believe, and very sweet.
You mustn't leave.
I've made up my mind. To stay here so close to you would shatter the little peace I have. And I shan't have the courage to treat you nonchalantly when I run into you at the haberdasher's counter at Harrods or on some gay house party in the wilds of Shropshire. And you know we will. To see you there and want you so dreadfully, I'm all right.
I can't allow you to put yourself in the tundra.
Oh, but my darling, can't you see it's the only answer? I'm going to walk away now quickly before I lose my nerve. I want you to know that I will love you until the day I die. or the end of the world. Whichever comes first.
I can't bear this. I'll leave Princess Mei Ling.
We both know you don't mean that.
So long, old chap.
I wish I had the type of heroism that will allow me to kiss you right here in this station.
Well, if either of us had that kind of heroism, who knows what might happen? Stiff upper lip?
Keep your pecker up.
Hey, step away from that train!
Nigel, you returned to me.
Well, and a good thing too, you look absolutely preposterous tottering on the edge of the platform.
What if I don't care if I look preposterous? What if I want to laugh and dance and be utterly preposterous for the first time in my life?
Harry, people are beginning to stare.
I don't care if they stare. I just want... Oh, I say I rhymed.
What are you on about?
Rhyming, care, stare. Perhaps your love has turned me into a poet.
Don't blame me for your schoolboy doggerel. Let's get out of here before you become any more indiscreet.
What about Alaska?
Oh, I pictured myself in sealskins, irredeemably grim.
You returned for me.
I came back for Isadora and the princess.
You came back for me.
Not a good start. Hey, this is my celebration of life.
I can't listen. I'll be back when they know what they're doing.
Don't you even think about it. Now shh, they're starting. Who's that?
Maybe one of Mom's colleagues from the college.
Jesus, now I want to leave.
Let's go. Nobody cares if we stay or go.
I wish.
Stay put. Oh, darling, look at him. Poor Franklin Sloan.
That's Professor Sloan. He looks so...
Old. Hardly recognize him.
2 years younger than me.
I took his class. Boring.
You know, Frank had such promise. But then he turned into a cranky old professor who hates his students. And today, he has to tell everyone what a wonderful teacher I was. And that must really burn, especially since it's the truth. No peace in the department until I retired? Oh. Well, Frank, I exceeded your expectations. I died. Feeling peaceful yet? Oh, too soon?
Okay.
Oh, and I have it on pretty good authority that you're going next. Oh, karma's a bitch, Frank. Oh, and be sure to watch out for that bus number 49, the one that goes straight through campus. Mother!
We just miss our mother so much. We didn't mean to interrupt.
I'm sorry.
Forgive us. Continue, Professor, please.
He's finished. Oh, thank God. Oh, onward. God, let's get this thing moving.
Oh, Dad's starting.
Poor Paul. Oh, you know, he is doing the best he can. Your father was never much of a speaker, and he always thought that he'd go first, leaving the oratory to me.
How can you sit and listen to all of this? Our father is up there lying about our mother.
He is not lying about her, well, per se.
Yes, he is.
He is lying about them.
He's lying about their marriage like it was some kind of fairy tale.
Well, he did sweep me off my feet. If that is possible at an academic conference.
She forgave him.
Oh, not exactly.
She kicked his sorry ass out of the house.
Yes, I did.
That was before she knew that she wasn't gonna make it.
So now, my thoughts turn to my beautiful babies.
Well, I haven't forgiven him. You?
I don't concern myself with it.
You don't concern you? She was in chemo. She was fighting for her life every day while he was out there.
Running
Yes, running.
with her. I know. I was there. You weren't.
That's not my fault.
Shh.
Should have been a clue when they showed up in matching sweatsuits.
I am sorry I told you that.
You know, how can I make you see?
It's always me that has to deal with everything. Ever occur to you that I may have issues of my own and you're never around to help?
I live in Boston.
Not my fault. Oh my God. Dad's crying.
Oh, as well he should. He broke my heart.
The last time I saw Dad, when they were at the Boston Marathon. And she's here?
What?
What kind of a person would come to a memorial service for a woman when she cheated with that woman's husband?
Shh. Pretty gutsy.
You're making a scene.
Yeah, well, she needs to go. Oh, now she's on her phone. Do you have her number? Give it to me. I will text her and tell her she needs to leave.
Oh, put it away. You can't be on the phone during Mom's memorial.
Really, son?
They're together now.
For better or worse?
What?
They've stopped running. They're standing still more.
Terrific.
She's moved in with him.
With those juvenile delinquents of hers.
With her 2 kids.
In our house.
It is not our house. I have a house. You and Melanie have a house. Why don't you marry her already?
We're thinking about it.
Oh. Well, Dad intends to sell the house.
What?
It's only been 3 months since Mom died.
Too many memories, he says. And he's even gone back to the church.
Wouldn't do that for me, even after I got sick. I mean, you know, I was so alone.
Do you miss her?
What kind of a question is that?
Tell him, dear. You know, I can't go until it's done.
Of course, I miss her. You know, sometimes. Never mind. Never mind.
Sometimes what?
I think I'm losing my mind.
No, it's Dad who's lost his mind.
She's in my head. Sometimes her voice. Sometimes I just sense her presence.
soon you'll be free.
We'll all be free.
But Dad's finishing up.
Oh, yes.
He did okay.
Yeah, he did. Oh, that was hard.
You know, I thought there might be a special place where men go that leave their wives when they get cancer, but there isn't. Aren't they sweet? Who do you love more than your children? No. Tell him, dear. He needs to know.
That's lovely. At least your father got that right.
Finally, short and sweet, just the way Mom would want.
Yes.
All right, everyone, time to go back to your wonderful lives. And we all know by this time next week you probably forget all about me, but such is life.
I need a drink. You?
Yes.
Come on.
You have to be there for each other. Come on.
There's something. I've left Brad.
Your husband?
Yes, my husband.
Why?
Because he cheated on me. I had to get out.
Brad?
Yes, Brad.
What did you do?
Why do I even talk to you?
I didn't mean it like that. Sorry. I was just surprised. I just never thought. Ah, Brad, are you sure?
Oh, second wrong answer. What in the hell is wrong with men?
Some administrative assistant. I have a PhD.
So proud.
I never liked the son of a bitch. You're better off without him.
Exactly, is that so?
Yeah.
But I don't like Melanie.
Oh.
Neither do I.
And Mom didn't either. Really? Is Melanie the one?
Maybe. I don't know. I wish Mom was here.
Yeah, me too.
Son, she doesn't look at you the way...
Melanie doesn't look at me the way Mom used to look at Dad. You know? When we were kids, you remember?
Yeah, yeah. When she thought we weren't looking.
Oh, I knew you were looking.
You know what's even worse?
Worse? Oh, man. I'm really gonna need that drink.
The Brocagene that Mom had,
Yes.
I have it too.
What?
She insisted that I be tested.
To save your life.
So, that son of a bitch didn't even have to wait until I got sick.
Oh, jeez.
Finally.
So, if God forbid, you're all I have,
I'm here. You're gonna be fine.
will I?
Yes.
Hello? Whoa.
Is anybody there? Can anybody hear me?
Me.
I'm looking for...
Something special.
Who are you?
Oh, just your average Joe. Or Jane, I suppose. Or perhaps you might like to see someone else. The older gentleman, white hair, beard, robe.
No.
Or perhaps the seated cross-legged bald chap with the annoying boom.
Sorry, I don't...
Like the reflection in the glass.
Where am I?
Why, it's the vacancy, of course.
I must have taken a wrong turn. I was going down, up the road, looking down.
And lost your way? Oh, it happens to the best and the worst. No favorites here.
I was tired and it was dark and I was looking for...
Someone, something else, a condo with an ocean view.
A way out of this time, this place, this...
Life.
It's dark. Is it dark in here?
Well, perhaps a little flicker. A flame? A fire in your...
No!
Oh, too soon for that.
No, there are trees. There was a tree.
Can't see the forest for the trees.
Can't see
The signs? Did you not read the sign for the vacancy?
Am I where I think?
Oh, indeed. Indeed, we're always where we think. In our minds, that is. And there is always a vacancy. Room in the inner part of the heart, or room in the part of the end. But if you open up the door,
The devil slips in?
devil or angel.
My girly group? I was 12.
Ah, the symphony of the cosmos, and how you practiced in front of your mirror. And what did you see? A plain little Jane. Ah, but lest I remind you, it was you who was looking in the glass.
Glass. Mirror. Shadows and the lines.
So fast, speeding by. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Oh, the magnificence of that moment when the light begins to dim and the day slips away. Like sand through the hourglass, so are we.
Days of Our Lives, that soap opera I was on.
An unfortunate choice of roles, and a poorly written script, I must say.
I didn't write the words, I just had to say them before they killed me off.
And did you say them well? Did you feel them, Jane? In between the breaths, before the flames flickered out?
A soap opera, read my lips.
There are ways, you know, to change the meaning in a script. In between the beats, Jane, the pause. In between the breaths, in between...
Lines.
No, Jane, where? In between?
The lines?
On the...
Road.
In a...
Car.
Looking...
In the mirror. No, in the glass. At the road. I was on the road. The one I've driven for years. Bumps, cracks. And I was thinking, how many times have I driven up this way? Up to a room, a hovel of a space. Just for a little while until I become...
Something, someone else. Did you not read the signs?
It was up along the cliff that wound along the road that took me to the hovel of a space. Beware of the falling rocks, it said.
The vacancy. Did you see the vacancy?
In the rearview mirror, yes. I caught a glimpse of my eyes. The darkness, the circles, and the lines, kind of...
Deadness? Ah, first in the eyes. A look, a glimpse along the way.
I looked away, yes, and I saw... no. Yes, I noticed the sign along the road, and I was tired, so tired, and it blurred in a fog, in a mist, and I didn't want...
To be awake?
No! Yes! Please, I just want to go...
Where Where, Jane? You are 3, 2, where, Jane?
Driving on the road, past the castle, the magic castle.
Can you imagine my thought when I first came to town? Living up in the hills, near the magic castle. Just like being up in heaven. Hollywood, the land of dreams. And that night I looked up, and I didn't see any stars.
Underneath the smoke and mirrors, the stars sweep the heavens, Jane.
There were no stars. There are no stars anymore to even make a wish. And I rounded past the castle on the hill where doves flew from magicians' sleeves.
And silver dollars disappeared into a pocket full of dreams.
No, and I drove up the mountain, round the edge, and I swerved faster until I saw...
The signs, Jane.
You are now out of the falling rock zone, it said. And I took a breath and I thought I was...
Safe? On the road?
I can't go back to the room, the space where I'm stuck, trapped.
Like doves with their wings flapping hard against your chest.
And my
heart, afraid will break in the empty space. Beware, Jane.
I read the signs, I saw the signs. Rocks, it said, beware of the rocks.
Ah, but there were pebbles first, Jane. Back, down, round a curve, up a sleeve.
What? Is that what this is? All it is, a bad magician's trick?
Yes, it started with Harry, you know. Harry, what's his name?
Houdini?
Who?
Houdini. He said he was coming back, but it didn't happen. He never came.
Ah, the Toms, the Dicks, the Harrys, Jane, no, they never
Toms,
do.
they did, no, that was just a fling. Flings, miscalculations of a minor proportion.
Precisely. Pebbles in a pond of regrets, the rocks on your fingers you never got, the parts in plays, the papa's illness, the precious little pups.
No.
Pebbles that turn into rocks in a river of regrets that don't get saved. How many pebbles, Jane?
It was a tree that fell, not a pebble or a rock. The signs are tricks. Tricks!
There were rains, leaks, Jane. At first they appear like drops, like inconsequential pebbles on a roof. Then a road, then the fall, then the winter comes. The torrential downpours of a life. The roots get loose if you don't take care. Weak and hard to hold their grip in the earth, and trees come tumbling down. It starts with the pebbles, Jane.
I can't.
Breathe in, out, in, out. Do you hear the sound? Crickets in the creek.
No.
Leaves rustling in a lazy wind.
Don't.
Smell the must of mountains in a dewy fall. The look of wonder in a child's eyes when you tied balloons and turned them into donkeys' wings.
A magician's assistant. That's all I was. All it is.
Just the twist of a wrist, Jane, and donkeys flew. And now presenting my assistant, the lovely, the talented. Drum roll, please.
Moments. Tricks. And you.
A trickster? A fool? Is that all? Is that it? Is that all there is? Is that all there is? Oh, the tragic dissonance of life.
Let it go.
It, you, me, now, forever, Jane.
Wait!
The moments, Jane. Let them go. To live now. To die anew. In between the lines, Jane. The stars sweep the heavens. And then a choice, Jane.
And then?
It's this way. I don't think so, Winnie. Well, okay then, it's this way then. Tell me the truth. Do you really know which way it is?
No, but I don't think you do either.
But I never said I did. You said you did. You were leading. You had the map. I knew we should never have left the group after the falafels, but no. You said, I know where we're going. You said, let's just look over this way, just for a little while. You said, that's what you said.
No, that's not what I said. What I said was, this way looks nice.
Then we went down a trail, around a corner, into some grubby old ruins. And then we went down that hallway, down this hallway, down another hallway. And now we're lost. Somewhere in the Valley of the Kings, in some pyramid. This way isn't nice. This way is dark and dusty and sprocky and perilous. Not nice at all. And now you got us here. I knew it would end like this. We're gonna die here. And I never really got to experience life. All I did was teach geometry at Benjamin Harrison High for 27 years. A equals 2 pi squared. The area of the square of the hypotenuse equals the sum of the areas of the squares on the other two sides. It all seems so meaningless now. What a waste. I told that to Horatio.
You told that to your cat?
A cat I will never see again, and it's all your fault. We're gonna die here. There is no way out.
I build these tools so there is no way out. What did you say?
We said. Who are you?
Amun ho to town to Amtahel. The second.
Did you get lost too?
No, I am Pharaoh. I said I am Pharaoh. This is where I stay.
This is where he stays.
This is where I belong.
This is where he belongs.
You are the ones who are lost.
Oh, excuse me, but maybe you could point the way for us to leave. Oh, okay.
Nice papyrus.
So, we're here, and then we came in here. Do you know the way to get out?
No way out! This is tomb of Pharaoh Amenhotep to Amtahel. The second. There are many trails, thousands of paths, but only one's the way to my tomb.
But, Mr. Aman, you got in.
My people put me in.
But aren't you supposed to be dead when they put you in here?
No,
Not a bit.
But aren't pharaohs ancient people? And pardon me for saying this, but you're alive. You're not a shriveled up mummy.
There was a revolt among my people. And there was a vote to entomb me here while I was alive. I want to be outside, out where the people are. Things might have changed in the last 3,000 years.
Well, I don't know much about ancient Egypt or anything, but won't you die if you go outside?
It would be worth a shot.
I don't believe any of this.
You doubt me!
No.
You doubt me?
Don't get mad. I don't doubt you. I was just trying to think of the bad things that they said about you.
So I remain here. My burial chamber is sealed until now, until this moment. But I have grain, water, that keeps me alive for thousands of years.
Oh, and you speak our language.
In here, all is spoken, all is understood.
Oh, are you all right?
Not used to new air. I grow weak. You came here. You did this to me.
Winnie did this to you. Winnie got us lost. She said, listen, it looks nice. If you grow weak, don't blame me. Blame Winnie.
I didn't want to come here in the first place. I wanted to maybe see the Sphinx and maybe a light show.
Who wandered off the trail? Who held the map upside down?
So I held the map upside down. It doesn't matter. We were walking
Stop this! You remind me of the last two of my many wives.
Oh, I'm sorry that we made you weak. Is there anything we can do for you?
One solution. To find peace in the great hereafter in this tomb, pharaohs must be buried with loved ones. This jar has my cat.
Oh, you have a cat? I have a cat. Horatio.
Just the remains of a cat. And these are the jars which have the organs of my 6 favorite wives. Their hearts, livers, and kidneys. That way we can all be together in the great beyond.
Actually, that's kind of romantic. You know, all those hearts and all those jars. You know, on Valentine's Day, I gave my husband a card. It said, the more I see you, the more I want you. And now there's more of you. Love, Winnie Pooh. He likes to call me Winnie Pooh.
And you are married, Winnie Pooh?
33 years.
And you are not married.
No, I teach math.
You asked if there was something you could do because of my weakness. I need to be strong to go into the great what comes next. Another wife would help.
Oh, Violet, he only needs one more wife.
I'm sorry, Mr. Almond. It doesn't too uncommon. Second, I don't want parts of me in jars, and besides, I mean, we hardly know each other. Marriage is a big step. You never even met my parents.
Oh, I'm married, and Hugo wouldn't want me to cheat with anyone, not even a pharaoh, so don't look at me.
So now you're going to throw me under the chariot?
I want to go home. The kids want to see the pictures.
This is all because of you.
Oh, it's terrible to just start making fun right now.
This is great. What a choice. We're either lost here forever, or I'm doomed to marry a guy who's thousands of years old and wants to harvest my organs. This way looks nice. Screw you, Winnie.
You always look on the dark side.
The map. You could have held it the right way up.
I didn't want to come here in the first place. I wanted to go to Mazatlan. I wanted to go on all-inclusive dessert. Maybe where there's drinks and that.
Stay with the...
Wait a minute. He's gone.
Oh, this is just great. He was our way out. Now he's gone.
Well, Now that he's gone, that means that we can find our way out too.
For the map! He took it with us, with him.
Well, then we can take our time.
You heard what he said. There are thousands of trails.
Well, this way looks nice.
I don't know, John. I don't know anything. Except she didn't make the meeting. And she always makes the meeting. Meetings are her thing. That doorman hasn't seen her. She hasn't left the apartment. Oh, no shit, Sherlock, something's happened. I called her. Yes, a minute ago. It went to voicemail. What do you mean, what am I doing? I'm running up the stairs. Why? The elevator's out. It's always out. I hate this place. It's old. You know, when we sign this deal, we are moving on up. Now stay on the line. Because you might need to call 911. I won't be able to. I'll be dealing with it. Just hang on. What the f... What's the door? Em?
Ah, yes, Tree.
Oh, jeez.
I feel and see something as real as you are.
Thank God you're... Oh, you're okay. No, no, no. Hey, it's me, babe. You're okay. No one's gonna hurt you.
Ruining my peace.
Okay, babe, you are just in shock here. This throw will help. I think that's right. Warm for shock. Okay, did you see who did this?
Yeah.
Could you describe?
Yeah.
That's great, that's great. John? No, she's fine. The whole apartment's been attacked. The front door, the alarm system. What? You know, what? What kind of maniac breaks in, smashes all this stuff, and leaves?
No one broke in. Yeah, hey John, everything's fine, no need to worry. All right, thanks.
Oh, yeah! You did this? You destroyed all of our stuff?
Not all of it, just the life-killing tech stuff.
Why?
Because I hate it.
Jeez, what the? Since when?
Since I had to open the window?
We are on the 6th floor. They don't know. What? You busted the window? How? They are triple
I
paid.
used the massage chair.
You threw out the.
I wouldn't say throw.
How? It wasted
Must have
time.
been the adrenaline rush.
I smashed to bits in the courtyard.
Yeah, I know. Great, huh?
The homeowner association is going to be pissed. Okay, at least you didn't smash the rose garden.
I would never hurt plants. I'd be sick.
This whole thing
No, it's
is
not.
sick, Emma, and not in a good way. What caused you to...
It was a culmination
Oh?
of this morning.
We were supposed to be in a meeting.
And I had a file on my computer that I needed to send to the cloud, but the cable and Wi-Fi were out again!
Oh, this building, it's killing us.
It's not the building. So I thought, that's fine. I'll print it out. We can all laugh as we stand around holding actual pages, but we were out of paper.
You could have brought your laptop to the meeting.
Right. To a cutting-edge media company's conference room with their 20-year-old CEO. We could have all huddled around my laptop and read the report out loud to him.
I meant his Wi-Fi works. You could have sent the report there.
Right. But it doesn't matter now, because I leaned back in my chair, and that's when I realized how reliant we are on tech. Prisoners of it, really. We don't experience anything anymore. We just view life through this digital haze.
And that's bad?
And then I got a text from his HR head that said that every employee was going to be implanted with a biochip.
We aren't employees, and we're contractors.
I texted him, employees, contractors, you, me, them, him, everyone.
Okay, so?
There's a biochip that tracks us everywhere we go, every door we open and close, everyone we visit, every time we buy cookies or candy. No more freedom, constant monitoring, the final step towards complete imprisonment of the soul, and that's when it happened.
What, when you went nuts?
No. When nature intervened.
Nature? What? Like, that makes no sense.
It does too.
Okay, calm down.
Why should I be calm? I'm excited. This is an act of self-preservation. I freed us from it.
It?
And this whole insane mashup of social media, Wi-Fi, the internet, this whole insane internet of things. I mean, a smart toaster? Why?
It is life as we know it.
Knew it.
No, it. Know it. Know it.
Oh, and the worst part is they're just using it to build databases from our lives so they can sell us more stuff that ends us. So I just said no.
No?
To all of it. For us.
Okay, I don't get it. I just don't. How that equates to this. My kid.
Look at this tree and its beautiful flowers.
That tree?
Now breathe.
What?
Breathe in!
All right! Stop yelling at me.
tree then, honey. It's great, huh? That scent.
Just a tree, it's no big deal.
Needing to breathe in that tree is why I broke the window.
This is so wrong.
No, it's not!
Stop! Enough! I need to think. No, I need to board up this hole.
No.
Repair the front door.
No, you-
Replace every destroyed thing with the newest, fastest, most expensive tech.
No, you don't!
Yes, I do!
Not if you want to live.
You take me out too. Em, seriously.
I meant not if you want to live with me.
Emma. Oh, hello. Hey. We're gonna break up? In 5 years out the window? Our business, engagement, all of it. I don't want to live without you.
I don't want to live without you. And we won't have to once you put all of this behind you, reconnect with nature, and we build a new life together off the grid.
Off the grid? Where, Emma? Even the Himalayas have Wi-Fi.
Not my dad's cabin.
What? That cabin has no running water, plumbing, or electricity.
Yes, it does. Just no cable, internet, or cloud access. It's the perfect place to live.
What? Live there? Seriously, Emma, no way! Never! No! Zip!
Wow. I was so sure once I'd explained it to you.
Oh, really? I'm that pliable.
No, reasonable.
So reasonable I go skipping off into the woods. Oh, but I love technology! It is miraculous! I have always been an early adapter. You know? I even love the fear that I can lose everything in a fraction of a second.
No one loves that!
I do! It makes my life exciting.
This will be exciting. Living in a sylvan paradise, fishing on the lake, living on the land, growing our own food, just being real, unencumbered, free, and together.
No. I love you, but no. I'm a city guy. I want my food from the store. I don't want to grow it.
We have stores, co-ops, farmers markets. My dad's truck is so old it has no computer parts.
No, I have to salvage that meeting. Later, if you have the need to go old school, use a typewriter or a quill pen, fine. There must be a way around this biochip. If there isn't, you just won't go in the building.
That's your solution? I won't enter the building, but you'll willingly be chipped?
Yeah, that's what it takes to keep this contract chippy, baby.
I don't want a man who's been chipped anywhere near me.
Wow, really?
You really don't get it, do you? Well, then I guess we're done. I packed yours too. Sorry about that.
Wait, you're leaving? Now?
Yeah. Are you sure you won't come with me? Well, then wish me luck.
No, Emma. No, I will not wish you luck. I give you what is this?
Handwritten directions to my dad's cabin, in case you change your mind.
I won't. Give me about a week. When you come back, do not look for me here, because I will be living in a new, smart building.
With your biochip, me and the whole natural world, we'll have a better life. here?
Shh! There's a dead people in here.
I know there are dead people in here. We're in a mausoleum.
Then be quiet and show some respect for the dead people.
I don't know why we have to spend so much time in here. Every time we come to visit Grandma and Grandpa, and now Dad's in here too. Why don't you just leave him in the ground?
Gina! It's a sin to talk like that. He can hear you.
No, he can't. He's dead.
Just because he's dead don't mean he's not listening.
We shouldn't even be in here. It's after hours. These people need to rest. In peace.
Oh, look. They finally put Mr. Franco's name on the tombstone, huh?
Please go.
Oh, Mr. Banana Wife, you remember her? She over there. Her husband come every day and talk to her. He spend hours and the hours.
I have to write a paper for work. It's due tomorrow.
But don't your eyes hurt always to look at this little phone? Talk to your grandparents, your nonny, your father, real people who still care about you.
There is nothing to say to them. They're not really here.
Gina!
They're remains, they're bones, but they're no longer in there.
They better be. They spent a lot of money to be here. Oh, look over there, that poor lady, huh? Teresa Stella. Dead 2 years and still no picture on her stone. Her husband cheat on her all of the time. Huh? Now she dead, no picture on her stone, what he get? Disgraziato.
Maybe he didn't have time.
Hey, her time cheat.
Maybe she didn't want a picture on her stone.
Who no wants a picture on her tombstone?
Some people don't. Look, over there, Mrs. Beverly Simcoe, you know, she doesn't have a picture and she seems perfectly happy.
No, she don't.
Maria!
Oh, Mr. Zani, you come late too.
Oh, Maria, you know I always like to come late. Did your plastic card work when you put it in and
No.
try and open the door?
No. We tried 3 times before we get there. Maybe door is broken.
You look so nice tonight.
You remember my daughter? Gina, you remember Mr. Zani?
No, sorry.
I live next to your grandfather's house before you was born.
I don't remember. I wasn't born.
Mr. Zani's wife, Patricia, she over here, dead. 9 years, may she rest in peace.
9 long years I'm all alone.
I know it's no easy to be alone.
Patricia's sister Lucia, she's in the hospital.
Oh, again?
Bad kidney. And Mr. Bernardo, you know him, he's in the hospital too. He's not gonna make it this time.
Oh, that's no good. I'm so sorry.
That's why we got to enjoy life here, now, today, every day. We got to live. Right, Maria?
We go now. I want to show Gina new apartment.
Apartment?
You get an apartment here too? Why you don't tell me? Where?
You know. First we buy outside, then we put my husband in the ground. But last week I changed my mind. It's too cold outside. I don't want to go outside when I die. Snow all the time in the winter. So we dig him up and now we have apartment here too.
Wait, you call it an apartment?
Yes, that's what I said, apartment. 4th floor. That way we don't have to worry about the flood.
Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Red Kelly, they buy on 4.
Ah.
Oh, Mrs. Arnold, you know her. She buy on 5, right on top of you.
Mrs. Otto.
Yes, you know her.
I know her.
She worked with your husband in the office.
I know where she was. How come she have to buy on top of me and my husband?
I don't know. She says she don't want to be up so high because it'll be too hot in the summer, and so I guess
She don't need too hot. She need to go into the ground and she need to freeze.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Ask your father.
Pardon me?
Put that thing away.
Okay. So, how much do these apartments cost?
$50,000.
Dollars?
It's expensive to die.
Yeah, I'm guessing that doesn't cover coffin, funeral home, memorial.
No, he's unfurnished.
You're looking at about $100 grand for a funeral? What a scam! That's preying on the grieving and the dead.
It's what people do.
No, some people cremate and throw a nice celebration of life.
Celebration? It's no celebration if the guy you celebrate is no here to celebrate his own celebration. Today when somebody died,
You cannot even cry or be sad. Everybody wants to celebrate.
You know, you're right. Last week, I go to my friend Carolina funeral. Her son come up to me, he said, Maria, why you cry? Is it no sad? Is she in a better place? Better place? Ma, what better place than her own nice kitchen? Put that thing away! Oh, I wish they never invented this stupid little phone. Who gonna go out with a stupid girl with the bad eyes and a song?
This is not a stupid thing.
My grandson come into my house and he said, Grandpa, I have to leave. I forget my phone. I say, hey, no problem. I got a phone on the wall. He said, no, I needed my phone. I said, why you need your phone? He said, it no do the same thing your phone do. I said, what's wrong with my phone? So then I said, forget about your phone. Just sit down and visit with me. Huh? And then he get up and he leave. Even when my son come to visit, he do same thing. She have children?
No. She have a dog. She divorced. She say he's some kind of service dog, but he no bigger than a flea. How we gonna service her?
Ma, leave my dog out of this.
We go now. I want to show Gina apartment. Gina, look. Fourth floor. That's where I put your papa.
Wow, nice view. What am I supposed to say? Congratulations, use them in good health. Look, I don't want to talk about this anymore, okay? It's all so morbid.
She's no morbid. It's a life. Life goes on.
Okay, we're going now. Yeah, I gotta feed my dog.
Look over here, Rita Giuseppe brother. You remember him? Somebody shoot him. They said he sells so many drugs, they kill him.
Oh my God! You're like a walking obituary. Ah! Are you fucking kidding me?
I go check at the door.
Please tell me this isn't happening. Yeah, sure, the walls are caving in. I am incredibly claustrophobic.
What happened?
How the hell am I supposed to know what happened? You know what, Mama? How about this? Maybe it's the dead people trying to tell us to get the hell out because they want to get some sleep. All day long, they have people coming here to talk with them, to visit with them, to cry with them. It can't be easy for them. You know why? Because they're dead. Maybe they just want to be dead.
You crazy. No wonder you don't have a husband.
Maria?
Oh, Pasquale!
Maria, door is open. We go get out.
Oh, yes, they gotta have my stupid little phone. At least we have some light.
My son Paolo come to visit tomorrow. 1 year I don't see my son, and now I'm stuck in here.
Yeah, hold on. 911? Yes, hi. We are locked inside St. Bartholomew Mausoleum. Doors are locked, power's out. Can you please send someone? Thank you.
Mr. Zani's son, Paolo Zani, he live in New York.
That's nice. I need an Ativan.
He was movie producer, director, something like that.
He do very good work.
Paolo? Paolo Zani? That's your son?
Oh, yes.
That's your son?
That's my son. You know him?
Yeah. Well, there's this documentary. I am a writer. And,
She want to make a movie. So far, she don't make no movie.
Ma!
We don't die here tonight. Tomorrow you come to my house to have coffee with Paolo. He divorced, just like you. And he had a dog, too.
I coming too?
Yes, Maria, you coming too.
Here, let's take a picture.
No, take a picture in here with the dead.
Say cheese.
Where I look?
Right in here. Get in closer.
Cheese. Oh, Maria, you look nice.
No, I know look. You know, I like this little phone. I have a very good flashlight. Much better than the flashlight I buy for myself at the Walmart.
My son said you can even make a big movies on your phone.
Pretty soon you don't even need a husband. The phone, she can do everything.
No, Maria. know everything.
No one believed it.
They thought it was a false alarm. It was too unimaginable.
And slowly, deep breaths, calm, soothing.
Siri, take a note. There's still no connection, no movement, no shifting, nothing.
Hello? Hello? Can anyone hear me?
This is so weird. Something's not right, but it doesn't seem bad.
There are no sounds of life. No other voices. No electrified hums. Where are the tractors or the sirens? There should be noise.
This is Teresa! I'm in here!
I'm talking to myself, but who will even notice?
Siri, be with me. I can see your light, but nothing else.
God, it's so maddening. Why isn't there anyone around me? Hello?
It's also goddamn blissfully calm. Am I dead?
Siri, keep taking all of this down. If I don't make it, then it'll be the record of whatever this is.
Did everyone else die? Am I the only one?
Why isn't it cold? I'm buried in the snow, I think. But I don't feel cold. Is it because I'm buried in the dirt? How can I breathe? How come I can't feel?
Siri, here's what I remember. There had been a series of earthquakes throughout the day. Not bad, quaky, just the same. And there was so much snow on the road, we couldn't get out.
Why is it so dark? I should never travel alone.
I can't move anything. Not a finger, not a toe. Is it because I'm compacted so tightly? Or because I can't make any of my physical body parts move?
We tried to leave, but we had to turn back. Evidently all the snowplows are out of commission.
God. What if I brought someone along? They'd be in the same boat.
It's all just so goddamn calm. I'm just trying not to panic. But maybe I should panic. Maybe I need the fuel to panic to get me out of this predicament.
I was standing in the doorway, but it was too hot by the fireplace. And then I heard what sounded like an earthquake, but there was no movement, just angry planet sounds. Then the air got still. It got silent. There was a whistling gust of air, and like a plane dropping suddenly, a loss of consciousness.
Did the world end? Am I like the last stubborn one refusing to fizzle?
Please stop this panic. Please. Make it stop.
Siri, I hope you're getting all of this. I can see your light, but nothing else. God, why do we think we're fucking invincible. An isolated hotel in the mountains in and earthquakes. What did we expect?
Hello again. Anyone? I am trapped under beams and walls and earth and ice.
I feel something pressing on my shoulder. But why only my shoulder? I'm not hungry. I don't need to pee. Maybe I peed and can't feel that I did. What is wrong?
Oh, but there's a spa, Angela. And they just refurbished it all. New state-of-the-art equipment. And there's a wintertime special. Yeah, no wonder.
Is anyone else awake? Aware? Alive?
I think my back is broken. I've been snapped like a twig. I can turn my head. Barely I could turn it more if my surroundings weren't so tight. I can move my hand, but I can't move my fingers. Spinal injury, temporary, God, I hope so.
There are about 40 people in the hotel. All totaled, including guests and staff. Oh, all of the smart people, well, they got away. Oh, or they just stayed away.
Getting cold now. Feels like I'm in water. Or there's water on my feet. They burn with cold.
After careful consideration, I have come to the conclusion that the thing that is pressing on my shoulder is my leg. Because when I shrug, I can feel that thing move. Something that is connected to me.
Oh, there were families with children. God, I hope they're okay. Kids are resilient. They probably loved the ride.
Dear God, please send help. I have no idea how long we've been here.
I'm fading. I can feel it, like turning down the volume, diminishing. Maybe it's a blessing that I'm so numb I feel no pain.
I'll never forget that roar. If I live, I will never forget the sound of Mother Nature cannonballing down that mountain. The mountain coming on top of the hotel. Like Mother Nature's gentle bulldozer.
Is that a dog barking?
My life is flashing back. College, marriage, the girls being born, their weddings, it all seems so inconsequential now.
I suppose in the spring when the snow melts, they'll find this heap of debris that once was a hotel.
A helicopter!
Now I feel pain! Burning, but there is no fire!
No, I'm imagining
Nobody knows to look for us.
Smoke, searing,
Hello?
More blizzards were predicted, so even if they wanted to look,
Hello?
they wouldn't even
How
get to
many
us.
days, weeks have I been here? Make it stop!
I keep hoping for sounds of life, but there must be 4 stories of snow and hotel on top of
I'm in here. I can't move.
I have gone mad.
Siri, don't fade out of me! I want to stay! You're out of juice.
I hear a chainsaw. Oh, be careful.
Hello? Is this where I meet God?
Careful! Oh.
The brochure said the hotel stands in splendid isolation, and far beyond was the Adriatic Sea, which guests could glimpse on a clear day from any number of the hotel's majestic, enormous windows.
a relaxing trip to the tip of Italy's Apennine Mountains, perched high above the medieval town of Farandola. The Hotel Rigopiano has never been easy to reach, but then its isolation only adds to its appeal.
January 18th, 2017. After nearly a week of unrelenting storms, an enormous mass of snow high atop Italy's Monte Siella threatened every one of us at Hotel Rigopiano.
4 severe earthquakes, beginning in the morning and continuing through the afternoon, loosened that snowpack.
In the hotel, me and 27 guests and 12 employees had been holed up, unable to use the unplowed roads to escape.
Around 5 p.m., we were eventually told. A crackling avalanche of 132,000 tons began charging down the mountain, picking up speed and force as it descended.
With the force of 3,000 Mack trucks, this mass slammed into the hotel and us inside at 60 miles an hour. This moving earth ripped the hotel out of its foundation, collapsing it like a pile of rubble. We were caught up inside and taken up in the churn, and when the tossing and turning stopped, we were buried, trapped, frozen in a seemingly impenetrable icy asteroid of rock and ruin.
29 of us died. Some immediately, and some after prolonged suffering. Searchers worked tirelessly through more blizzards and snow for 55 hours to rescue the 11 of us, who somehow miraculously survived living off of melted snow.
I was right. I had heard a dog barking. The rescuers located and saved 3 puppies.
There was a 2-hour delay because the authorities thought it was a joke.
2 hours. That is an eternity when you are trapped and you're freezing and you don't know if anyone is even looking for you.
I don't know how, but thankfully, all of the children survived.
They say the Hotel Rigopiano was built on the ashes of another hotel that was buried in an avalanche. But that couldn't be true.
Jesus, Mom.
There's still no moving van.
Are you going to spend all day watching them?
And those boxes, those are not moving boxes. You know, the kind of moving company would give you. They're just ordinary boxes, not very big.
Who cares? What difference does it make? God, you spend all day looking out that window.
Remember when I said the bigger man looks shifty? Well, he's still looking around like he wants to make sure that nobody is watching.
I'm sure he's a psycho killer and the boxes are full of body parts.
A couple of weeks ago, there was an article in the paper about a man in Harrisburg. He hired some painters to paint the outside of his house. They started painting, he locked up, he went to work. When he came back, all of his furniture and everything in the house was gone. They'd stripped it clean.
I don't think that
So what happened
actually
to your
happened.
computer gear?
Don't.
How many times did I tell you not to leave it in your car?
Okay, leave it. I mean, it was broad daylight, the car was locked.
And then you were out of business.
Stop.
What I want to know is where's the wife? Now, she should have made an appearance by now.
People are supposed to pay on time. I did the work. It was good work. I can't spend all my time on the phone begging people to pay me.
I know. The paperwork aspect was difficult for you. You know, I've heard stories where people rent a house for the express reason of setting up some sort of drug lab. Now, we're going to have to keep tabs on all their comings and goings.
You have no direct evidence. For all we know, they could be missionaries.
You sound just like your father. He always discounted my feelings as if I didn't have a right to be apprehensive or lonely when he was away. He'd say, I always come back, don't I? And then one day he didn't. You were too.
Was he always a truck driver?
As far as I know. He loved the open road, and working on his boat.
You never talk about it.
No. Oh, look, a woman just pulled up in a van. Maybe this is the wife. Nope, just a delivery person. Well, that's an odd-shaped carton. You know, this whole thing doesn't feel right.
Isn't it possible that they are just ordinary people who are just moving their ordinary stuff in?
It would be nice to believe that, wouldn't it? But experience has taught me otherwise. You are too young and too trusting to know better, so I have to protect you too.
No, you don't. I'm fine.
Didn't I warn you about Cindy?
No, let's
But
not.
because you thought she was madly in love with you, you couldn't see that your heart was going to get broken. But I saw, I knew. And then to endure the cruelest blow,
I don't get
getting
talk
engaged
about
1 month after she left you. The point is, I was trying to protect you. What I want to know is where's their furniture?
Probably coming later. They just started moving in this morning.
You know, I don't blame you for being trusting. You just started to be tested. You don't know what it was like to have a 3-year-old and be laid up in the hospital with pins and pains in your legs, not knowing how you're going to pay for the hospital bill, much less the mortgage.
Well, you got a settlement from the accident, didn't you?
Well, the money I got was small compensation for what I went through, I tell you that.
Well, I mean, at least we got to stay in the house.
Yes. We got to stay in the house. And that has been my refuge, my home. You never knew your grandmother. She was a hard woman. Possibly because she drank. Anyway, my father left her years before. One day she just keeled over. A stroke. I was 14. I'd go live with her sister Martha in Maine. I only met her once before when I was little, and all I remember is she stank of perfume. Her husband seemed inconvenienced by my presence, but there I was. It was not a home. Oh! Oh, Johnny, look at this. Look at
What?
this. They're arguing. The shifty man just pushed the short man. I told you if he was violent, if this escalates, we're going to have to call the police.
They've already stopped.
For the moment.
I'm going to change.
What for?
Well, I was going to tell you earlier, but you're too busy watching The Neighbors. I have a job interview.
Oh?
Selling cell phones in Rockland. And the manager said I could start next week if I pass the interview.
You never told me you were thinking about this.
Well, I didn't want to say anything until I got the interview. I think this could be good for me.
What about your video game? Oh, I thought that was such a good idea. It showed such a promise.
It takes too long, and I've been working on it for like 6 months. And then I found out that I don't have the resources most game developers have. And then I was reading online about how most games take years to develop because of all the testing that they have to do.
But it was such a good idea, and the title, The Maze. Oh, that is so intriguing.
I don't want to work on it anymore. And I want to get out of this house. And maybe
Yes?
if I save up enough money, I can get my own place.
Of course. That's only natural. What I want to know is where they moved from. I could find out so much more about them.
Of course, I wouldn't be able to move out right away. And it would take me a while to save up the money. I'd still be around. I better hurry.
Johnny, what do you know about selling cell phones? You've never sold anything to the public.
It can't be that hard. I mean, the customer tells you what they want. I just have to learn the different models.
What about the people? You still have to interact with people, all different kinds of people. Some of them are going to be nice, most of them are going to be pushy and irritating, and they're going to be upset when you tell them how much they're going to pay, and then they take their anger out on you. Now, can you take that day after day?
My anxiety is much better, really.
See, I thought I could take it, but it wears on you. No matter how hard you try to ignore it, they just burrow under your skin. Believe me, I dealt with all kinds when I worked at the power company. There was this one woman. She said that I was a horrible person. and that her husband was going to hunt me down and kill me. Now, I laughed. But then I got scared. I just want you to understand what you have to deal with out there.
Mom, I'm just not happy with my life.
Oh, let me tell you something, Johnny boy, nobody is happy with their life.
I should go.
I know you want to think that I am overreacting, but if there is one thing that I have learned, is that it is safer to distrust your neighbors.
Maybe you're right. Maybe this isn't the right job. I was just so desperate to... Maybe if I wait just a little bit longer?
Just a little longer, oh my sweet boy.
I'm sorry.
No, sure. It's all right. It's all over. Everything is going to be okay. And we'll be safe.
The universe exists. Therefore, we are. It needs us. The cosmos needs humanity. It can't exist without us. It must be so. Why would a theater this glorious exist without an audience? Why bother to put on a show if you're not going to sell tickets? We are that audience. We are the delegates of cognition. It's our task to witness this beauty and celebrate it. It's in our genes to move out into the universe. It needs our ears, our eyes, our mouths to speak the wonders. I suppose you're all wondering why I called you here today, why I'm talking about the universe, moving out. Something ever happened to you that you can't let go of? Something that you just want to shout about, something you want to write about, something... You don't actually have to answer this question, it's rhetorical, but it happened to me today. I was in the park, and this husband and wife passed me. They're walking their dog, and then the woman had in her hand a cigarette package-sized radio, its antenna quivering. And from this sprang two tiny copper wires, which ended in a dainty cone in her right ear. And the whole thing reminded me of something from Fahrenheit. The little mosquito delegate hum, the electric murmur of a hidden wasp snug in its special pink warmed nest. I thought I was writing fiction, but here it was. And the tiny seashells, the thimble radios tapped tight, and an electronic ocean of sound, of music and talk, coming in on the shore of our unsleeping mind, lost in a perpetual synthetic entertainment. I thought I was writing science fiction. When I wrote Fahrenheit 451, I was afraid of McCarthy and book burning, and the dissociation that I thought would come if books disappeared. And if we spent all of our time watching television, in the book I called them parlor walls, and listening to soap operas on seashell radios. I thought I was writing about a far-off future time, but here it was today, right in front of me. Here was this woman, this poor woman, oblivious, just oblivious to man and dog, plugged in, listening to far cries and whispers being helped up and down curbs by a husband who might just as well not have been there. This wasn't fiction, this was real, and I felt like I had to write about it. So I came home today, and I did what I usually do. I look around my office for something to set off my imagination, which is why I have all these toys. Flash Gordon ray guns, giant bugs, Robbie the robot, Captain Nemo's diving helmet, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. You like Jules Verne? I love Jules Verne. I'm a lot like Verne. A writer of human morals, an instructor in the humanities. My Buck Rogers comics books taped back together. Well, when I was a kid, I had friends who made fun of me, so I tore them to pieces. I got new friends and kept the books. All these things. I come here, and this is where I stuff my eyes with wonder. I look for some strange or outre object to set me off on some adventure of the mind, and today I found this strange globe. And I thought, what could this be? What could this be? What does this look like to you? wizard's crystal, maybe, a stained glass window, gypsy's globe, a planet. A planet, that's what I thought. And that's what set me off on the universe, moving out. And I want to say something about this woman. I want to say something about this poor lost woman, something about connection. I'm not going to act it out, don't worry. I'm not really an actor. I stopped acting when I was a young man because I was terrible. Also, I couldn't remember the goddamn lines. But I enjoy lecturing. First of all, there are no lines to memorize. Yes, so, and this is usually how I start my lectures. How many of you young writers here are writing novels? Anybody writing a novel? Who's writing a novel? Anybody? Anybody? Pretend you're writing a novel. Who's writing a novel? Yes, okay, good. Yes, you're writing. Stop. Stop writing your novel. You're young, you're a student, you're just starting out, you have to learn your craft. Short stories. See, that's where you learn how to compact things. I'm going to give you an assignment. I want you to write one short story a week for a year. One short story a week for a year. Now, at the end of a year, you'll have 52 short stories. Isn't that marvelous? Now, if you're writing a novel, at the end of a year, what do you have? Maybe you finish it, maybe you don't, maybe it's good, maybe it's not. But writing one short story a week for a year, they can't all be terrible. I defy anybody to write 52 bad short stories. Short stories. Then write your novel. My first novel was Fahrenheit 451, which, by the way, this all tied together, don't worry. I wrote that in the basement of the Powell Library at UCLA, and I couldn't afford an office as a young man, so they told me that I could rent a typewriter for half an hour for 10 cents. So I went to the bank, and I got a big bag of dimes. And I moved into that basement. And I wrote Fahrenheit 451 in 9 days. It cost me $9.50. It was an early version of it, actually, called The Fireman. But I expanded it later for this new magazine called Playboy. And they put it in their second, third, and fourth issues. It helped the magazine grow, become a success. So all of you who have Playboy magazines stacked at home in your parents' garage, tell your mothers it's my fault. But you writers, you are the keepers of our collective memories, because that's what books are, aren't they? They are records of who we are, who we were, who we want to be. And you are the record keepers. It is your task to stuff the libraries. Now, how do you do that? How do you do that? How, my God, do you write? And more importantly, why do you write? What is it? What was the inspiration? What was it that drives you? I'm sure you all have a story about what set you off down your road. For me, it was Mr. Electrico. When I was a boy, the Dill Brothers combined shows came to town. And I loved carnivals, I loved fairs, I loved their mystery. So I went to the show when the Dill Brothers came. And in the show, there was a man called Mr. Electrico. He sat in an electric chair, charged with 50,000 volts of electricity. Lightning flashed in his eyes. His hair stood on end. It made an impression. Now the next day, I had to go to a funeral for one of my favorite uncles. And driving back from the graveyard, I looked out the window down the shoreline of Lake Michigan, and there I saw the tent and all the flags of the carnival. And I said to my father, "Stop the car!" He said, "Why?" He said, "I have to get out." He was furious with me because he expected me to stay and mourn with the family. Yes, but I had to get out. I got out of the car. I ran down the hill because and it didn't occur to me at the time, but I was running towards life, wasn't I? I was running away from death. I was running towards life. And I got to the carnival. And there, sitting on a platform in front of the carnival, was Mr. Electrico. Mr. Electrico. I didn't know what to say. I was afraid of making a fool of myself, so I said to him, I did have a little magic trick in my pocket. I still have it here. Remember these little ball and vase tricks? I gave this to him and I said, "Can you show me how to do this?" Well, he could see that he was speaking to a young magician. So he showed me how to do it. It's all in that moment there. Well, he gave it back to me. And he said to me, would you like to meet those people in that tent over there, those strange people? I said, yes, I would. So he went over to the tent with his cane, tapped it on the flap, and said, clean up your language. And he brought me inside the tent. And the first person I saw was the illustrated man. Isn't that marvelous? I called him the tattooed man later for my book. And then I also met the strong man, and the fat lady, the trapeze people, the dwarf, and the human skeleton. All these people, they all became characters later in my stories. Later that day, I was standing by the carousel watching the horses go round and round, and I cried. Because I knew that something had changed. I knew something important had happened to me. I knew that Mr. Electrical had given me some kind of a gift, some sort of mystic gift, a sense of importance, a sense of immortality. Even more so that night, because I went back to see his show. He was in his chair with his sword. They flipped the switch, lightning went through him, and he came down to the front row, and he touched everybody in the front row with the sword, boys and girls, men and women, knighting them with fire. And he came to me, and he touched me on both shoulders, and then on the tip of my nose. The lightning arcing into my body, my hair standing on end. And he said to me in a whisper, live forever. And I decided to. I went home, and within days I started writing and writing and writing, and I never stopped. I loved Mr. Electrico and everybody in the carnival. That's why I turned my office into a magician's toy shop, a circus of the imagination. And I was thinking of Mr. Electrico today, and books as the keepers of civilization, and Fahrenheit 451, and this woman, this poor, oblivious woman in the park plugged in. And I thought, well, all these things are connected, and I have to write about them, but I don't know what to say. I don't know what to write. But never let that stop you. Never let that stop you. Three things I want to whip forth in red letters 10 feet high. Work, relaxation, don't think. Start with work. Let's write a story. Let's write a story. And then another, and then another, and another. Don't matter. Doesn't matter if you don't know what to say. Just write. Let your subconscious guide. You've got your inspiration. Moving out into the universe. Why are we moving out into the universe? Well, maybe it's in our genes to footprint other worlds. And when we get there, what are we going to say to the mothering universe? We are here. We are here. That's what we'll say. We are here. We are here. Behold, we have arrived. Where have we arrived? The planet. Which planet? Which planet? Which planet should we go to first? Mars. Mars! Yes, Mars. Thank you. I've always wanted to go to Mars. I've always wanted to do this. I've always wanted to take all of the people that I knew and grew up with and put them on Mars. Well, not like that. Not like that. I mean in stories. And not the scientific Mars, not the Mars with no oxygen, low gravity. I'm not really a science fiction writer. How can you be a science fiction writer when you couldn't care a goddamn about the science? No. Mars like Edgar Rice Burroughs' Mars, John Carter of Mars, a Mars like the Old West, a blank page, an empty vista in which to place all of my people and all of my ideas and see what happens. So, having something to say, we know not what, and having our flea market inspiration in hand, we begin to tell a story. They went to Mars by the thousands, pilgrims rushing down to the rocket fields, clutching bags. Some go because they are afraid or unafraid. Some go because they want to find something, or bury something, or dig something up. Some go just for the ride, thinking that they will find in Mars a seer's crystal in which to read a miraculous future, but they won't find any of that. What they'll find is the somewhat shop-worn image of themselves. For Mars is not a seer's crystal. Mars is a mirror. That's good, I'm going to write that down. You know, if we have lost our connection to each other as Earthlings, maybe we'll find it again as Martians. Do you want to see what happens next?
Yeah.
Let's begin.